Hi foodies, this is Jenny here from Jenny's Walk, and today foodies I'm going to make a lovely vegetarian dish for you. Beautiful during the week lunch that you will prepare. I'm going to be making dal and rice and bhaji. Here I have Carmie Bagie. This is a delight. I know a lot of you may not know it. It's also known as water spinach. It's a Thai know about it. The Thai in Thailand is big, in Singapore, in all those Asian countries it's really big. But it's also in the Caribbean islands where Granny had the lagoon, as you know, where you plant the rice. This was one of the spinach that will just grow all through it. The leaf weren't as green like this. It had a tinge of burgundy or brownish color, dark green color, you may know. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and let me know if you know about this bhaji. So let's take a look. I also going to be doing poi bagie. Let me know how many of you know about poi bagie. Poi bagie is that bhaji that you would use in the dal. You could put a few leaf when you're making your split peas or dal. It grows in the vine, so it has a bit of a slimy texture like the okra. So I'm going to be doing a lovely steamed poi bagie, and I'm going to be doing the chorai bhaji. But my dear foodies, I want you to take a look and see how we're going to prepare this bhaji. Now, seeing that this bhaji or spinach cooks where there's a lot of water, especially on the outside, not many of them is grown like in the sheds or the tents, or those big farming program. Most of them is out in their elements, like in the lagoon or outdoor. So seeing that it's so water, you'll find eggs. Insect will lay eggs on the leaf. So what I do here in my bowl, you could take a look. Come on closer. In my bowl here, I have cold water from the pipe, just regular cold water in a basin. I'm going to be adding baking soda, simple baking soda. Put it in there and dip all your bhaji in there. Soak them in and leave them in there and fill it up. This is going to sit in here for a good 10 minutes. What this does, the baking soda and the salt and whatever chemicals is in there, it will have those insect eggs or anything at all it have in there, any parasite living on it or any insect, is just going to drop down to the bottom. So I'm going to leave this here for a good 10 minutes. Okay, foodies, so for the dal, what I'll be using is, I'm not using yellow split peas or dal as we know it. I'm going to be using Mansoor Gota dal. It is like a lentil dal. So if you take a look right in here, if you zoom in, you will see it's pretty tangerine color. And I give it a good soak for like 10 minutes, so it plumped up really beautiful and nice. So in here I have my onion, garlic, a lovely chili pepper I have here going. This is just a flavor pepper, like the how you call this again, my dear foodies? Like the pimento peppers. This is what I add in there. So I already put in 1 teaspoon, quarter teaspoonful of salt. Here I have my hing, my powdered hing, but this one is a crystal, so I just drop a couple crystalled hing in there with 1 teaspoonful of white sugar. So I'm going to put this up now to boil. To clean the spinach, so come on in, let's take a look in here. So here I have the poi bagie. You're going to give it a good little break. I took them out of the water, give them a good flush. You will feel a little slimy water. That is because of the baking soda, but it's not a problem. So you just break your leaf off. Take a look right in here, and you just cut your poi bagie up. Nice little cuts like so. There you go. And I'm going to show to you the stem. You could just break this in two. The little leaves just going. It's not a problem. Break it in two, and you give this a nice little cut. The soft ones will just cut really nicely. There's a little slime, as I say to you. The harder part, you may get a string like so. You just pull that string out from all around. You don't have to take all out because there's a lot of nutritional values in there. And just give it a little cut. Crunchy and nice. And this is how you will do the poi bagie. Now, for the Carmie Bagie, this is what I do. This is how Jenny's Walk do it. I give them a good little pull, all of them, just like so. And I like these leaves. These leaves are so long. I remember when Granny used to pick this, she had all the rice lagoon, and she used to look forward to have these. I just give it a break. Just break them like that. This size is just perfect. So let me know where you're joining in from, and don't forget to like and share this lovely video with your friends and your family. Let me know how you cook your Carmie Bagie. Let me know if you know about it at all. the longer part, the longer tube, you could give it a smaller cut because you hear how crunchy that is. And let me know what other dishes that you make with it, because there's a lovely Thai dish that you will use in the bottom part of this to make that pickle, like a kimchi. So one of these fine days I will do another recipe coming up for that. And therefore is you could send me stars to support me on network so I could stay in network at Jenny's Walk here from Facebook, logging into YouTube and subscribing there. Lovely vid here coming out, vegetarian dish from Jenny's Walk, our Carmie Bagie, and this is how you're going to do it. So let me finish up. Okay, foodies, so let's put that lovely Carmie Bagie together. So here I have my onion, pepper, garlic, chilies, all chopped really nicely here. And in my Carmie Bagie, I add some red peppers and some tomato. Lovely. I'm going to be using this rice bran oil. It's an oil I saw in the Thai grocery that I really want to give it a try. So in my pot, I'm just going to eyeball about 1 tablespoonful of oil. That looks marvelous. It is not drip free, as you can see. Let's take a look at a dal in the back there. That dal looks marvelous. So my dal gotni, as you would call this equipment, this little piece of apparatus I have here. So at this point, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoonful of turmeric or haldi. This is going to give our dal a nice lovely yellow color. There you go, just like so, and you give it a nice little swizzle, as you will see. So the best thing to do is to put this into your kitchen sink and give it a good swizzle, and we're going to mix everybody up until all those dal is becomes very creamy. So there you go. So now let's take a look into our pot here now. This oil seems to be very nice. My lovely blue pot for the summer. And just add the onions in, our chili peppers and that pimento peppers I chop up, our garlic. And I'm going to give this a good 2 minutes. And we will be right back. So foodies, our dal look really good. So at this point, I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin and coriander powder. It's a lovely combination here. I'm going to use both of them. And I'm going to chonke, as we would say. I'm going to chonke that dal now. So put your swizzle stick again or your dal gotni. Give it a good little twist and turn. Get a creamy texture. And let's get ready for chonking the dal. So foodies, in here in my culture, you will call this little device, I have here my garlic. I love lots of garlic and cumin, whole cumin seeds. I love that. And 1 chili, 1 dry chili pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of vegetable oil, just like so. And this process is called chonke or chonke. And if you have some curry leaves that you wish to add to it, not a problem. So we're going to put this up into the heat and let it get toasty and nice. And it's going to release a lot of lovely flavors from all those ingredients I have in there to your dal. So let's take a look now, my dear foodies. So this have withered down quite a bit. Lovely. So I'm going to move it up a little bit. There you go. Remember, we have that tomato going on and those peppers. You could put that. Whatever you want to flavor it up, it's fine. You want to grate carrots. You want to put a piece of pumpkin. Or you could just put Carmie Bagie and that's it. Nothing else. This smells really lovely. So I'm going to leave it alone. If you wish to add coconut milk, that's another great idea. But I'm just going to use this regular water to cook it up. Let me leave it open 4 minutes. Okay, foodies, so let's take a look now at our Carmie Bagie. I give it a little taste just now. It needs more salt to see how lovely it's cooking. So what I want is my tomato to melt away. It's still a bit, it is crunchy, but I want it to cook down a little bit more. So to this, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoonful of my Himalayan pink salt, and I'm going to crush 2 red Kashmir dry chili, and I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of water. That's about it. I'm going to put the lid on, and we're going to leave this here on very low heat for like 10 minutes. Okay, foodies, so now it's time to make that poi bagie. I already cut up some macho cilantro and some culantro, which is rakau or shadow beni, bandanya, put it in there. So in here I have my chilies, my onion, my garlic. This is flavor pepper, so don't be worried about it. That's like the pimento pepper. I had dulce. All that really beautiful in there. I'm going to give this 1 minute. So foodies, I have a little secret here for you. This is kasuri methi. You know, the methi seed or fenugreek. This is the leaf. This is excellent for diabetics. It's good in lowering your blood pressure. This is what it looked like. Very strawy and dry. I like to add just a little bit because it has a very pungent taste, because you know methi has a very bitter taste to it. So this is lovely to add in any one of your flavorings. This is what it looked like. I would usually put the rubber band to keep it really secure and nice so it stays fresh. It has a very earthy scented, and you could smell that little bitter pungent taste it. Anything you cook in, you could add just a little bit to it. Give it a good little crush and add it into this stage of cooking here with the oil, or you could add it as you add your vegetable to the pot. So now in goes our poi bagie with all those fresh herbs. And to the poi bagie, my dear foodies, because it slimes a little bit, I'm going to be adding, this is a quarter, and a quarter is a half a teaspoonful of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And to that, I'm going to just give it a pinch of my Himalayan pink salt. Nice little pinch with 3 fingers, and we're going to leave that alone and put the lid on and let it wither down. Okay, foodies, so let's make that rice now. So I'm going to eyeball like 1 tablespoonful of ghee. And if you check on my page, you will see how to make your own ghee, a copycat ghee from clarified butter. So in here, I have my aromatics. I have here cinnamon, black cardamom, green cardamom, bay leaf, and 2 cloves. I'm going to just let this infuse and let its flavors out for 1 minute. So foodies, in goes my jasmine scented rice. If you wish to wash your rice, go ahead. That's not a problem. And I'm going to give it a good little pinch of my Himalayan pink salt. Just like so. And I'm going to just toast this up and down, nice and toasty, into that ghee for 2 minutes. Okay, foodies, let's take a look at that rice now, that jasmine scented rice. It smells divine in the kitchen. When you're cooking with ghee, it just tends to put an extra into your food and an extra scent in that kitchen. So here I have regular milk. This is regular drinking milk, whole milk. If you wish to use coconut milk, regular water, anything of that sort. But I'm using regular drinking milk, what you will have with your cereal. So in goes that in there. That's a cup of rice with 1.5 cups of liquid. My liquid is the milk. Beautiful, lid on, medium heat. And this is going to steam. There's no water thrown away in here, just steaming up. So let's take a look now at that poi bagie. The kitchen smells so earthy with that scent of that poi bagie. So now let's give it a move up. Wow, the pepper went into my throat there, foodies, for a little second. So we're now moving it up with all that lovely flavorings that we had in there. This looks good. So you see that lemon juice will stop the slime because it's pretty much a slimy spinach. This looks good. Let me leave it open and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Please, I can't wait any longer. I need to get my fingers into that food and that appetizing mango kuchila. I have to go with this. I can't wait. Let's get started. So here, my dear foodies, is that lovely white rice that we cook with the milk, the regular milk. In here is that dal. So this is where we're going to have it. I have a nice little hole that I make there. Serve that dal just like so in there. Of course, I want this pepper. That's my pepper. That looks marvelous. Here is our Carmie Bagie. I'm going to put my fingers in here. This is all for me. This is our Carmie Bagie. And over here is that poi bagie. A lot of spinach today we eat. A lot of iron. My dear foodies, what a marvelous dish to enjoy here from Jenny's Walk. And here, my dear foodies, if you check on my page, you will see this. This is mango kuchila, made from scratch. There you go. So this is how we're going to enjoy this marvelous dish. Foodies, we're not going to be using the spoon. This is how Granny used to enjoy it back in the days after she finished her cutting her cane and planting her rice in the lagoon. As you would say, lagoon, or the delki. You all know what the meaning of those words are. Let me know in the box below in the comment who knows what the delki is. So we're using the fingers. Mr. Cameraman, get my fingers over here. We will just put in this first one is a Carmie Bagie that I'm all putting together. And I'm going to take a little taste like so with that mango kuchila. And we're going to roll it in a nice little bowl. And here we go. Wow. You still have that crunch in there from the tubes and the Carmie Bagie. Lots of flavor from the garlic and onion is in there. Marvelous. And a lot of spice. So my dear foodies, let's go again. Again, we're going to put our fingers again, mix our rice again. And this is the chili pepper that we had from the dal. You're just going to break that in and you're going to squeeze it out like so. This is how we eat that chili pepper. And you get that flavorings there. Put the poi bagie in now. And I'm just going to boree, as you would say, which means bringing the food together, mixing the rice, the dal, and the bagie together in a nice little bowl like so. And then there you go. A little slime in there. Very earthy taste. Two complete different tastes you get from the spinach. Your slime is coming out from the poi bagie because I told you, but it's not sliming as much because we add that little bit of acidity in there, that fresh lime juice into it. But the flavor is a die for. It's so smooth. Lots of flavor in your mouth. I'm getting all the garlic and the onion flavor in there. But the bagie itself has a great earthy taste. Like a husky sort of taste like. I know a lot of you will know that taste in the islands. You could even drop this into your dal and let it boil there. Foodies, I'm going to have a Jenny's moment now. Of the two bagies, I love both of them. There is a taste, somewhat of a coconut taste like. I didn't put any coconut milk, but the poi bagie really carrying on a lot of flavors in your mouth. So don't forget to like and share this lovely video, my dear foodies. I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy making it for you. So don't forget to like and share. And you can send me stars so I can stay in network, my dear foodies. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and join me on Facebook. Another great dish here from my kitchen to your kitchen. Happy cooking.